Hi everybody, this is David Harrington and welcome to Cartoon Fortress. Now, I know why you're here and you know why I'm here. That's the magic of titling a YouTube video. So we might as well go ahead and just get right to it. This is yet another Criterion Hall video. Okay, so here's the deal. I do my best to prepare for these sales. I have the necessary paperwork drawn up. I have said paperwork notarized, signed, dated, that I will only spend a specific amount of money. And somehow I find my way around said contract and I get more titles. Now, don't get me wrong. I love Criterion. I love collecting. And at this point, really all there is left to do is just enjoy the titles that I've picked up, and I will most certainly do that. But I suffer from the illness of being a lover of Criterion films and wanting so many of them. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the titles that I picked up today. I have 5 titles that I'm going to be featuring today, and we'll go ahead and jump right into it. So the first one is a brand spanking new release. This stars Barbara Stanwyck and the great Henry Fonda. Actually, both of them are wonderful, but I happen to be a huge Henry Fonda fan. This is directed by Preston Sturges, and this is The Lady Eve. This is from 1941. Is in black and white, comes in at a runtime of 94 minutes, and this is, of course, a comedy. I haven't seen this particular film, but this feels to me like it is the type of film that falls right in line with something like The Philadelphia Story or His Girl Friday, the fast-talking, witty kind of comedies. So I'm very excited to see this. This is one that I'm definitely going to share with my wife. She's a big fan of comedies, and so that's one reason why I picked this particular title up, was I knew it was one that we can enjoy together. So I will definitely look forward to doing so. So this features a new restored 4K digital transfer, and then we have quite a few extra features here. One of the recent titles that I picked up, one of the new kind of titles for this sale, was War of the Worlds, and I love that there's the radio adaptation included on that release. And we have something similar here. We have the Lux Radio Theater adaptation of the film from 1942, so the year after the film was released, featuring Barbara Stanwyck and Ray Milland. So that's very interesting. I'm also a big Ray Milland fan. He has a presence in the Criterion collection as well. And then there's some other extra features as well, but that was kind of one of the standout features that I'm looking forward to. So this is The Lady Eve, and I'm very much looking forward to watching this. Now, the next title here is a very interesting title. I'm a big fan of film noir. I've brought that up on the channel before. It's something that I actively look to collect within the Criterion collection and absolutely outside of the Criterion collection as well. There's some great sets featured currently in the market that are very accessible and very much worth the time of anyone who enjoys film noir. But back to the matter at hand here. This film from 1945 is labeled as a film noir, but is actually filmed in Technicolor, which kind of breaks the bounds of what film noir, especially of this era, what films of that genre or of that film movement rather look like. So let's go ahead and get to the title here. This is Leave Her to Heaven. And this is directed by John M. Stahl. And stars Gene Tierney, Cornell Wilde, Gene Crane, and Vincent Price. Vincent Price is one that I've been watching some films of recently, and if you have any interest, you can actually follow me on Letterboxd. I just yesterday actually watched the 1950s, I don't remember the exact year, 1950s version of The Fly with Vincent Price, but I've been enjoying some of his films recently, and the other one recently was The Song of Bernadette, which is received my highest recommendation. It was a fantastic film. But it's interesting that this is filmed in Technicolor, so I'm really looking forward to watching this and kind of comparing it to some of the other film noirs and seeing how much of an impact that fact is that it's filmed in color as opposed to black and white. Now that certainly doesn't make or break a film, if it's filmed in black and white or color. It definitely adds a certain ambiance to kind of the look and feel of the film, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see how that plays in this particular film. Now, this one features a new 2K digital restoration. It's very light on supplements, which is a little uncommon, I'd say, for Criterion. But, of course, the important thing is we have the film here with the 2K digital restoration. And that was by 20th Century Fox, the Academy Film Archive, and the Film Foundation. And we have a new interview with critic Imogen Sarah Smith, a trailer, and then an essay by novelist Megan Abbott. And I assume that essay is on the included pamphlet or little booklet on the inside. So pretty light on special features, but very much looking forward to watching this film. Now, the next one, this is a title that I've been after for a significant amount of time. The reason that I haven't picked it up, I've been to so many of these sales, the reason that I haven't picked it up is every single copy that I've come across has been just really beat to a pulp. And so I've passed on it. Just, yes, I could have bought extra, in fact, I have extra Criterion, clear cases on hand that I purchased from Criterion, but anyways, I've passed up on it because it's been so beat up, and so then I turned to other titles. But I'm so happy to have this title finally in my collection, and I know someone else that would be really happy about this is the great Daisuke Beppu. This is, I believe, and Daisuke, if you happen to be watching this this video, let me know if I'm wrong, but I believe this is Daisuke's favorite film in the collection, and this is by the great Edward Yang, and this is A Brighter Summer Day. I believe this film is on the Criterion channel. I know it was on Filmstruck when I was subscribed to Filmstruck back in the day, but I've never gotten around to watching this film, so this is going to go right to the top of my watch list, my backlog. So I'll be visiting this one very soon. So A Brighter Summer Day includes a new 4K digital restoration. There's looks like an interview with actor Chang Chen. Our Time, Our Story, a 113-minute documentary from 2002 about the new Taiwan cinema movement. And I should mention that as well. So Edward Yang is a Taiwanese filmmaker. He has multiple films in the collection. Obviously, A Brighter Summer Day, and then Yi Yi. And I believe there's one more, and I don't have that information in front of me, but I know those two for sure. And then there's a videotaped 1992 performance of Yang's play, Likely Consequence, a new English subtitle translation, and then an essay by critic Godfrey Cheshire, and a 1991 director's statement by Yang. And Yang, of course, is no longer with us. But I'm so glad that we have his work to experience, and I'm very excited to get to this film. And I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be looking to get his other work as well. Yi Yi being the one that I know of. So this comes at a runtime of 236 minutes. So this is not a short watch by any means, but I hear it's worth every minute, and that runtime kind of flies by. And this is from 1991. So this is A Brighter Summer Day by Edward Yang. The next film here, they had one copy in my store, and it was interesting because the shrink wrap on this particular title, it looked like there was, it somehow had taken on water underneath the shrink wrap. I know that sounds weird, but I guess it was the way that the static cling was interacting with the actual case itself. It was really weird. So the manager and I opened the shrink wrap there on the spot, and then I could see, okay, we're good. So this is from a new director. This is actually his debut, Paul Dano, who's been in a considerable number of films, and I've really enjoyed him as an actor, as a performer, and I'm excited to see what he does behind the camera as director. And this stars Carey Mulligan and Jake Gyllenhaal, and this is Wildlife. You can see here the shrink wrap is all off, and this is from 2018, and I know this ran through the festival circuit and has most definitely found some success. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. So there's a new 2K digital master, and then it looks like we have some interviews and conversations, and a film at Lincoln Center conversation from 2018 between Dano and novelist Richard Ford about the film's source material, and then there's an essay by critic Mark Harris. And this is, again, 2018 and a runtime of 105 minutes, and I'm very much looking forward to getting into this. Paul Dano has a good relationship with Criterion, so it's really no surprise to me that Wildlife found its way to the Criterion collection. And if you're a fan of the Criterion channel, or just Criterion in general, or good conversations about film, really, Paul Dano gives a great interview on with Criterion as a part of their Adventures in Moviegoing series. If you haven't had a chance to check out any of those episodes, they're absolutely fantastic. It's just two people, interviewer and interviewee, talking about film, kind of their roots in how they came to love film in general. And Paul Dano's episode, actually, I've watched a couple of times. I find him really easy to listen to, and just the way that I sense his passion for film, and that really rubs off on me. And we're about not that this has really anything to do with anything, but we're about the same age, and some of the films that he talks about kind of in his early years, and kind of some of his interests, and I feel some parallels there between our experience and kind of our love for film. So I found that one particularly intriguing, and I've noticed I say the word particularly a lot. That's one of my words, I guess. But Paul Dano, very excited to see this. Probably my favorite performance or favorite film from him would be There Will Be Blood, Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood, which is a film that I sincerely hope finds a home within the Criterion collection. I think it's a very worthy film, and obviously Paul Thomas Anderson has a good presence in the collection already. In fact, one of the titles that it's another one that I keep coming across and putting back on the shelf. I had every intention of picking it up today, and it was one of those cases where the the actual insert, the cover art, was just all wrinkled inside, kind of shoved in there, and that is Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler. I will at some point get that film. All right, now the last one here, this was just released today. This is July 21st, 2020. Just released today. This is Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story. And this is one of my top 3 for sure favorite films of 2019. I found this completely engaging. I love the films of Noah Baumbach. He, for whatever reason, and I still can't put my finger on what it is about his storytelling style or his just filmmaking style that is so divisive, but it seems like within the collecting community and kind of the film community at large, that people either love Noah Baumbach's work or they hate it. I'm 100% on the side of loving his work. Frances Ha and The Squid and the Whale, Marriage Story. I'm always looking forward to new Baumbach titles in the collection. So very excited to get this. My store had just 2 copies of this in, so I don't know if this is going to end up being one of those titles that there's issues with having enough stock available. I don't know what the online stock looks like at the moment, but I'm very excited to have this in the collection. This is a Netflix film, so this is one that has been brought over from Netflix, just like Roma. And then I know we're supposed to be getting an announcement for Scorsese's The Irishman, which I'm looking forward to as well. That's another that seems to be a little bit divisive in terms of people liking it or not. It's by no means my favorite Scorsese film, but it's definitely one that I will have in my collection. But stay tuned on the channel. So this video will be going up, and then the next video, and I'm toying around with the idea of just putting both of these videos up on the same day. That's most likely what I'll do, but I will have a full unboxing of this video featured on the channel, so definitely click over there and watch that as well, because there's some really this is obviously a digipack. This isn't the standard clear plastic case, but it's going to I think please a lot of fans, especially fans of the film. I feel like we'll find the interior design on this one really pleasing, and there's an insert in here that I thought was just a really great addition to this set and really ties in well with the film. So stay tuned and click over to that video on the channel to watch the unboxing of Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story. Let's give a couple quick stats though on this video. So again, this is 2019. The runtime on this is 137 minutes and features a new 4K digital transfer that was supervised by Noah Baumbach. Interviews, there's The Filmmakers, a new program about the production of the film, featuring interviews with Baumbach, editor Jennifer Lame, production designer Jade Healy, costume designer Mark Bridges, and producer David Heyman. There's also a making of featurette and interview with composer Randy Newman, who the great Randy Newman did the music for this film, which is awesome. And a new program featuring Baumbach walking viewers through a key location from the film, and then trailers, and there's notes on the film by novelist Lynn Ullman. So a really packed release here, and I can't wait to get this unboxed on the channel, so definitely go check that out. Alright, so that was the 5 titles that I picked up today. There was another new release that came out today that I want to make note of, and I swear if you see me in the store, people that see me over in the Criterion section just laboring over, okay, which titles do I go with? I must look like such a weirdo. I went back and forth 1,000 times, and I had my son with me at the store, and he's yanking on my shirt, Dad, I'm tired, I want to go, and which I totally understand because I can be there for a while. But there was one title in particular that there's that word again, particular. Stop it. There's one title that was released today, and that is Abbas Kiarostami's The Taste of Cherry. That's just released today, right alongside Marriage Story, and obviously I left the store without it. We'll see. The sale still has some time to go. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. We'll see. But I'm really looking forward to that release. And if you're new to Kiarostami's work or aren't familiar, he is such a worthwhile filmmaker to look into and to start watching his films. Close Up is the first of his films that I saw, and I am in the middle of the Coker trilogy at the moment. Where is the Friend's House? Left me in absolute tears. I'm talking just an emotional wreck at the end of that movie. And it's interesting because the story on that is so almost simplistic, but it's so impactful. I mean, the way that well, I don't want to get into spoilers, but that is a very worthwhile film and box set, I might add. It's a gorgeous box set by the Criterion Collection. Anyway, so Abbas Kiarostami, Taste of Cherry, that does come out today, July 21st, 2020, and is available right now. So that's one that I would recommend. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know if another haul is going to happen or not. I've learned that there's always a possibility of more titles until the sale is absolutely finished. So at time of filming this, there's about a week and a half left on the sale. So that's enough time for something to happen, but I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Thank you very much for coming over to the channel. I always look forward to the comments I receive, and I definitely invite you to do so. If you found this video helpful, sorry, with this video I rambled on a bit more than I tend to, but anyways, if you found this video helpful, definitely hit that subscribe button, the like button, and the bell icon so that you'll be notified when I upload videos in the future. And definitely comment. I like to continue the conversation down below. Let me know what Criterion titles you're picking up, if any, from this sale. There's so many to choose from, and it's always interesting to see what people are picking up. So definitely do so, and let me know. Let me know what titles you've got. And until next time, this is David signing off with Cartoon Fortress, and I hope you have an awesome movie-filled day.